Hi everybody, this is Shauna Odette from the Flying Cat Academy. In today's video, you're going to learn everything that you need to know to be able to teach the R-controlled syllable type using the Dyslexia Training Institute's Golden Sequence. Let's get into it. The first concept that we want the student to master is the definition of the R-controlled syllable. I'll put the definition up on the screen here, and you can see that it says that when there's one vowel followed by the letter R, the vowel usually makes a new sound with the letter R. For example, think car, dirt, her. We'll also point out that in the case of UR, the U is making the expected short U sound, and think of the word hurt as an example. We want the student to be able to use the definition of the R-controlled syllable to explain why a syllable is or why it isn't an R-controlled syllable. To teach this concept, I would probably look for a multisensory way to do it. And so I would grab my magnetic letter tile board, and I'll just get a little board for the purpose of this video. And I would say, okay, let's look at a word. Let me just find a way for you to see that well. There you go. So I'd say, okay, let's tap out this word. And they'd say, b. And I'd say, okay, what sound is the R making? What sound is the O making? Ah. Okay, well, that's the expected sound because what type of syllable is this? It's a closed syllable. So everything is just like we would expect. But what would happen, let's apply the definition now, if we had one vowel followed by the R. And just let me get a different tile here. Okay. Now let's tap and say the word, and they'd say f. And they try to make that olive sound, but it's not going to work because when OR is together, it makes an unexpected sound. Or it's not that ah sound that we'd expect the O to be making, is it? And so then we would go back to that definition card and we'd say, okay, well, that fits the definition because we have one vowel followed by the R, and that team together is making that unexpected sound. And then we'd just do other examples. We would just get a C and an A. And then we'd say, okay, well, what sounds are being made here with the C-A-R? And we'd say K. And then instead of being an A sound like we would expect, because on the surface, this looks like a closed syllable, doesn't it? But the reason that we have to have this syllable type is because the R is not allowing the vowel in the word to make its expected short sound. This R is a very difficult sound to say, almost impossible when we try to open everything up and make the vowel sound. Our jaw drops to make the vowel, our vocal cords are vibrating, everything's open. And then we have to do this mouth gymnastics to make the R sound. The back of your tongue comes up, the front of your tongue makes a little, goes like this. And so to make those two sounds together is pretty much impossible. And so that's why we have all these new sounds that are created when we try and do that. When we're trying to write this, like, it actually behaves like a closed syllable. When we go over the spelling rules, you'll see that. But when we are trying to read it, we need to understand that it's not going to make those expected short vowel sounds that a closed syllable would. The R-controlled syllable type has the different vowel sounds happening just because of the nature of the R. Once you've given out the rule card and practiced working with the definition by proving what is an R-controlled syllable type versus a different syllable type, then we're going to hang this concept on a story. And I'll pull up the definition rule card here. And we're going to say, you'll see that on this card, there's a picture of a child in a red race car. We're going to say that imagine that R is a race car and the vowels are just regular old cars. The R race car is much more powerful than the other vowels, so it's in charge. The R car revs its engine and shouts its name, R. So it's either going to make it sound or it's going to shout its name, R. And then we can show how this works. So think of the word car. It's when we tap it out, we hear K, R. It's saying its name. What happens in her? We hear H, and then the sound of R. Think of fir, like a fir tree, F-I-R, F-er. And now think of fur like fur on a dog, F-er. And then we have the OR combo saying or. The Orton-Gillingham method is a systematic method. It's a progressive method. And for this reason, there is a specific order in which we're going to teach the different R-controlled pairs. We'll start with AR. We're always moving from the simple to the complex in this method. So we'll go AR and then OR, ER, IR, and finally we'll teach the UR. As we teach these different combos, we'll be putting them into all the different parts of the lesson. So we'll put the cards into the visual drill and auditory drill, and we'll work with them in the blending drill. We'll work with them in the magnetic letter tile drill for reading and for spelling. And we'll also put them into all the different body parts of the lessons, like for the reading section and the writing section. So we'll work with them with isolated words and in connected text, the stories. Then with writing, we'll have those students write single words, and we'll also have them write sentences that contain these different pairs. The next big concept that we're going to teach is that there are some exceptions in this syllable type. We want the student to be able to explain that this syllable type does have some exceptions when we start getting into these multisyllable words. Specifically, that AR and OR, when they're in the final syllable of a multisyllable word, they might make an unexpected sound. And this is because the way we talk changes over time, but the way that we write rarely does. So think about doctor. It's OR at the end of that word, but we don't say it doctor, we say doctor. Do you see how we changed it to the sound that we would expect ER to have, but we're spelling it OR? Another example would be dollar. That is spelled AR, so we would think it would be doll-R. But once again, we're lazy when we speak, and we tend to go for what's easiest, and it's much easier to say than to say R, so we make it into dollar. So once we work with those exceptions, we will add them into all the different parts of the drills and into the reading section and the writing section, just like we would do with all new concepts. The next big concept that we're going to teach is how to add suffixes at the end of a base when it's an R-controlled syllable type. And this is the moment where you're going to remind the student that on the surface, this is a word that looks like a closed syllable, doesn't it? And, we have one vowel. The vowel's closed in by the R, so it looks like it. But the problem is we can't call it a closed syllable because that vowel's not making it's the short sound, right? Closed syllables make a short vowel sound. In this case, it's doing something different. That's the reason that we make this into its own syllable type, the R-controlled syllable type. But for all intents and purposes, it looks like a closed syllable, just doesn't talk like a closed syllable. So we're going to apply the 1-1-1 rule that we learned about in the closed syllable when we try to add suffixes. And that means that if the suffix begins with a vowel, we are going to double the consonant, that R. Think about if I wanted to have star and I wanted to add the suffix E, which is the letter Y, to make starry, then I would have to double the R, STARRY. So we're going to apply the doubling rule just like we did before when we did the closed syllable. And then to reinforce this concept, we'll use lots of different multisensory tools. We'll use our magnetic letter tile drills to build words. We can use the idea of adding bases and suffixes with our syllable card drill as well. And then I also like to do these word sum sheets, and you can find them at, in the resource section of all my lessons online. So if you go to flyingcatacademy.com and click on free lessons, you'll see there's lots and lots of lessons there. And if you click on the scope and sequence, it will open up and show you where the R-controlled lesson starts, and then you'll know where to get all the resources. The next big concept is another exception. This is the RR exception, which says that when we have one vowel followed by two R's in a word, in a one-syllable word, then the vowel is going to make its short sound. And this does happen in quite a few words. Think about CARRY. We don't say that is carry, which we would expect, right? Instead, it's carry. And then this also happens, think sorry, hurry, berry. So that is a concept that we have to teach the student. And there's just one concept left, one more exception. So it's not actually a lot of exceptions in this syllable type, is there? There's only 3. This is the exception of para. So when we have the prefix para, it's not the expected sound, is it? And once again, the way we speak changes over time, but the way we write doesn't. So instead of the expected para, P-A-R, we would expect that to say par, and then the A is being schwad on the end, we say para. So it's that short vowel sound again, isn't it? And we'll use lots of words like paramedic, paragraph, and we'll teach a student that, para has a meaning, it means beside, or it could mean beyond. And we'll use this, put it in the syllable card drills. We'll work with it with magnetic letter tiles and letter cards. And that is the last concept, you guys. So there's not a lot to this R-controlled syllable type. You have done it. This is Shauna Odette from the Flying Cat Academy. Thanks for watching.